Attention campers, it's your counselor Zachariah, and I'm hitting the road with my brand new live comedy show, the 2025 Big Back Behavior Tour. From the mind of your favorite husky-wearing big-boned baddie, it's going to be a night of stand-up, storytelling, character sketches, wigs, unhinged fun, and yes, my incredibly talented boyfriend, Counselor Jonathan, will be opening the show. So come through and kick your little feet, laugh with us, and you better be barking. And we'll be heading to the following cities: Las Vegas, Nevada on October 3rd, Nashville, Tennessee on October 16th, Kansas City, Missouri on October 17th, Chicago, Illinois on October 18th, New York City on November 2nd, Salt Lake City, Utah on November 4th, Portland, Oregon on November 6th, and more cities will be announced very, very soon. Click the link in the show notes to grab your tickets before they sell out. I'll see you there, hotties.
Have you ever canoed down a babbling brook?
No, but I have cried at a Taco Bell.
Oh, same thing. Listen up, campers.
It's time to buckle up, pitch a tent, and take a hike.
Because Camp Counselors is a variety show.
So prepare for a good old-fashioned kumbaya,
Weird news,
hot gossip,
and scary stories around the campfire.
so spooky.
Is this podcast even about camping?
No, but it is camp. This is Camp Counselors.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch.
It is week 149 here at camp. We're almost at 150. That means we're almost at 200.
I know we're not doing anything special for 150. Like literally don't expect it. Don't ask for it. You're going to get an episode and that's the treat. Okay. I'm not doing it.
But at the same time, Trail Mix is going to be at episode 100 for Trail Mix.
The same week?
It's possible. It is very possible.
Wow. So it's like our bicentennial?
No, yeah, it is
What does that
clear bicentennial. I think bicentennial has something to do with
50. No, it's 2. I don't know.
It's giving colonial.
I'm not starting off an episode with an equation.
When I think bicentennial, I think Final Destination 3.
In what way?
Because the emo guy, he was like, I'm just out here to celebrate my town's bicentennial. And I was like, that's a word I've never heard of before. What is that?
I love when people live apart across the country and they're like, my house is so old. It's from 1890. That just like makes me laugh out loud. Because if you're from where we're from over here on the East Coast, bitches, these houses have been standing here since the 1600s. Okay.
Okay. So it's just, but the people in London town are like, you want to talk about old mate? You ever been to Transylvania? And then Dracula's over there.
I don't worry about the UK, okay? They keep their skin on their fish and chips.
Oh my God. That's so funny that you say that.
Why?
I'm just going to jump into it because campers, hi, if I'm looking not as refreshed as usual, it is because I did just come off a hell of a bender of a week, love. I just got back from London. No, I didn't.
What does that have to do with London?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I just got back from my cousin Mark's bachelor party.
You're so butch with it.
No, literally.
Come on, swing that thing if you can.
There was one other gay invited and he said, sorry, I cannot make
He
it.
backed out. He said, one fag stands alone.
No, he really did.
It's okay.
And that is what it is. So I'm the token gay, which is totally fine.
You live for it.
No, and I love everybody who was there. So and I know everybody very well. So when we were going to the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania, you have a question?
Not a question, but I really believe that the greater world community, including the UK here, they don't know what the Poconos is. Every time I tell people that we were going there or doing something there, everyone's very like, they've heard the word, but it's almost like a mirage. So I need you to give a little description to the world that doesn't know what the Poconos is.
Okay, it is a mountain range in Pennsylvania near Scranton. If you have ever watched The Office, Scranton, Pennsylvania. And it's, if you close your eyes, campers, unless you're driving, just picture dirt, tree, another tree, lake. That's pretty much it. Well, it's the mountains in Pennsylvania.
That's kind of a boring description. Also, I think it's really important to note that this was like the luxury area for anyone who grew up in the East Coast. Well, no, anyone who was alive that was getting married in like the 60s and 70s, they would all go there for their honeymoons because people weren't taking planes. So it was a far enough drive that people would go and experience the Poconos because they made it like this like resort area for people getting married, like specifically for honeymoons.
If you have ever seen, which I'm sure you all have, that iconic martini glass bathtub, the first one, was in the Poconos because everybody would go there. You're so right. They would be like, we've got a VCR too. We've got an 8-track player. Come on. Our TVs, half of them are Technicolor, but the other half's black and white. But if you book it early, we'll get you a colored television. And yeah, that's so right. Also, one of the campers who works at that one is a camper. Someone who works at that hotel, remember?
That hotel that has the martini glasses. And now the Poconos is really just like cabin central, cabin city, bitch. It's kind of like Camp Shady Birch, ski resorts, mountains, hiking. So it was an outdoorsy bachelor party is what I'm hearing.
Right, correct. And that is correct. But what I will say is that not a lot of it has been updated. A lot of the places have, but it has a lot of charm. It has a lot of 1970s charm where it's just kind of stuck there. I'll tell you, the cell service, that's not been updated.
I love when people use the word charm in place of or in lieu of must or stink.
Like musk?
No, must. Like it's musty.
Oh, musty.
Like when people walk in somewhere and they don't want to say it's bad. They go, it's charming.
It's charming.
Oh, it's almost like a backhanded
It really is. Charming, cute, quaint. All words to avoid when going to your friends' new houses and complimenting them.
Or that's so you.
Yeah.
When people say that's so you,
that'll stick with you.
It's hurtful.
No,
it really is.
Yeah.
A lot of times Kira will try on stuff and I'll go, that's so you. And she's like, honestly, I'm going to throw it out then. And I'm like, no, it's so you.
No, but I get it. When people say that about me, I'm like, probably an insult, but like, it is me, so I can't help me. Yeah,
like today we were at Home Goods, and what did I see? It was like some sort of like skeleton pumpkin head and like a little dress, and she was shy, and it was a figurine.
Yeah, and she had the Disney knees.
I said, that's so you.
And is it a fact?
I think
that's still up for debate.
Okay, so back to your batch.
So I'm on this bachelor party, and I'm driving on my way. GPS. Dunzo. It's like 45 minutes without any maps, which I can navigate because it's like pretty much one street, right? And I'm driving and I'm seeing all these signs. This is where London Town comes in. And these signs that were somewhat newly posted say fresh oil and chips.
Fresh oil and chips.
And it's a traffic sign. So, and they're everywhere. They're like fresh oil. I wrote it down. Is that the right way? Fresh oil and chips. Yeah.
I've never seen a sign like that before.
Literally me neither. So I'm like keeping my eyes peeled. I'm like, okay, I could have a little snack attack right now.
Huh.
No, nothing to be seen. I think it has something to do with the asphalt. I don't know.
Oh, so it wasn't like a brand. It wasn't like marketing like a little snack.
I'm going to be honest. None of us actually got down to it. We did discuss it because everyone was like, what the hell was that, you guys? And none of us, we all have access to the internet now that we're in the house.
Don't look it up.
None of us looked it up.
It's so it is a mystery
of the universe. Campers, if you know what it means,
don't share it.
We are not interested.
Because my mind went to kettle cook.
Okay, so you're
like a kettle cooked chip.
Yeah, but you're thinking of an American chip. I'm thinking of fish and chip because I'm thinking oil. But I guess chips are oils, aren't they?
I can't believe you went right to like oil, or you went to the UK with a sign in the Poconos. You couldn't be further from it.
It could be further from it, but that's so true. I was like, fresh oil and chips, love, up here in Pennsylvania.
If you want a chip, come on up. We got the good oil. See, I like lost it for a minute. Somewhere in that
Midwest.
Somewhere in there, it dropped. I don't even do videos anymore with a Southern accent because everyone's like, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
That wasn't Southern.
I can't hold it. I can't take it. But what I can do is try.
Okay, and that's the best you can do. So I arrived to the house. Gorgeous, gorgeous house. The driveway was a switchback, which I didn't know what it was, but it's basically like it's at the top of a hill. And to get to the top of the hill, you got to do those jackknife turns like 10 times to get to the top.
Hate that. Hate that.
And I arrive and my bed is assigned 4 guys, 1 room, bunk beds.
I've seen that video quite a few times on Twitter.
Well, as much as that would be a joyous occasion, not this time. I did get bottom bunk. Classic me. That's yeah. I know. Save it in the comments. But there was literally 4 of us, and it was like a kids' room, so it was decorated for kids and shit.
What was the theme? Dragon
Camping.
Tales?
And I'm telling you, the top bunk looked like a birdcage.
In what way?
It was like fenced in. It was like, you're not getting out of the top. You're not getting out of the side.
Naughty little boy was up in there because he would bite the bars.
And that's John Anthony, who was above me. Yeah, John Anthony and Michael were on the top. And to get to where the ladder is, you got to like scooch back. And I'm too tall for that shit. Like my feet were already hanging off of the edge. But then I had the fear. I said, okay, well, John Anthony, he's a shifter in his sleep. So I thought if he's shifting up there, what if it collapses this way? And then my legs are hanging out. Final destination bicentennial.
So if your legs were hanging out of the bottom of a bunk bed and the top bunk at any capacity, whether it drops straight down Tower of Terror style or left to the right, your legs now you're an amputee. And it is what it is. There's a fabulous woman on TikTok right now, and I don't know what happened, but she doesn't have a leg, and she has a gold leg.
Pure gold?
I don't know if it's pure gold. It is so shiny, and she's such like a fashionista. And she steps out, and everyone in the comments is like, "Bitch, you better!"
You
like
the bionic bitch.
So I'm just trying to let you know, like, if you were to lose your legs in the middle of the sleep, like we could switch the branding on this. We could make this work.
Okay,
Not ideal.
Well, I slept in the fetal position.
Is there story? Is there lore out there? I don't really want to research it. I think it might be dark. What's happening if a bunk bed collapses?
I don't know. And there wasn't like a weight limit on it. And I'm sure they have had other parties there.
I was sure, John Anthony. And I was like, no. Well, hello.
I feel like people do trips with adults there and have to sleep people in the bunk bedroom. So I feel like they would have said something, but it was metal. It wasn't wood. It was metal. And
that's safer for me, I feel.
You think?
Yeah, because the wood, what if there's a termite in it?
Oh, God.
Indoor termites, a thing we're not talking about. We're talking about it now on the
I think
podcast.
we're talking about too much. But to me, the bars looked a little too malleable.
So how was it? Did your foot have to go through a bar at the end of the mattress?
Yes. My feet were like through the ladder.
So how was that for shifting in the middle of the night?
Not good.
Did it wake you up while you were twisted in your net of bars?
Did what wake me up?
Like, I don't know, when you switch positions in the middle of the night, but your feet are stuck in that netting.
I think my body just like let me sleep because
Rubik's Cube.
I didn't feel great when I woke up as a Rubik's Cube, but I didn't like lose sleep. Thankfully, out of the four of us, nobody snored.
Wow.
My brother on the next room, however, did.
Yeah, that's medical, but he knows.
Yeah, but he knows. Okay, so like that was all good and great. Whatever, I'll take the bottom bunk. I did Irish goodbye the first night and I thought I got away with it. I wake up the next morning. Every single person individually called me out for it. But here's the thing. I was Irish goodbying because I didn't want to continue to drink. I couldn't get a good drunk on me because also TMI, I was like, she was backed up and I was feeling sicky, icky.
So you couldn't get drunk because you were backed up?
No, because I physically couldn't sit. I felt like a robot with like a tin chest. I felt like a barrel. So I was like sitting there having a conversation and all I could feel were the clothes touching my skin, no matter how much I had to drink.
Oh, that's overwhelming.
It was overwhelming. And like, you know how I am. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the other room.
As you should. Well, you can Irish goodbye in your own home.
Yeah. And then that's pretty, it's not my own home. It was a rental, but that's exactly what I did. And then the next morning we wake up. Activity of the day.
What?
River floating.
We've done it. We love it. We know it well.
Well, campers, I've grown to love it. But if you know anything about me and the great sun poisoning situation of 2021, you would know that I did float down a river and it was a low tide and it was not, there was no undertow. Okay. And we ended up having enough sunscreen on our skin for about probably an hour and a half. And we were out on that water for 6 hours in 2021. And I had sun poisoning, which I had never had before. And I haven't had it since. Did my body not blow up?
Yeah, you didn't have an ankle.
Zach,
you had a long calf.
Zach ended up driving from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania to literally like take care of me. I had to call out of work. I could not cut my shoes on. I like blew up. And on top of that, when we were getting out of the rafting thing, we didn't go through a rental thing. Okay. My brother's friend thought it was a good idea. He thought it had it planned out. He didn't have an exit strategy where we were going to get out of the water. So we scaled a wall covered in mud, unbeknownst to us at the time, also poison ivy, absolute nightmare. So I always have that in the back of my head when I'm getting in my tube to float down the river.
That's PTSD, honey.
We did it last year with Sako. So fun, no problems. And this time, the woman, when we were checking in, she goes, hope you boys are ready to paddle because it is slow out there today. And I was like, oh my God, round 2, here we go.
Not again.
Not again. But we did bring sunscreen this time. I was reapplying like crazy. Did I get color?
No UV in there, no melanin. I'm just looking at vanilla bean.
And that's the way that I'm going to keep it when it comes to sun poisoning. Okay. So I had that going for me. So we're all in our little rafts. And the guy was like, hey, there's some rapids. I'm like, how crazy are these rapids? Like, get real. So obviously my hand is in the cooler to get my sandwich immediately.
Naturally, of course.
And then here come the rapids. Okay, I'm seeing it from a distance. And what's next to the rapids on the shoreline?
What?
Probably 45 teenagers.
Arguably the scariest thing anyone can ever see. Large groups of teenagers make me shudder. I'm like, don't scare me. Teenagers, they get scarier every year.
No, they really do. The further we get from them, the scarier they become.
Oh my God, I'm terrified of them.
And then they're saying things like Riz. I'm like, ooh, don't cast a spell on me. Get away from me. Spooky. So there's a bunch of teenagers who are over there. They're not in the water. They're like watching people go down the river. I'm like, you freaking weirdo.
Oh, they
like,
know something.
No, they like something's up. Sandwich in hand. I'm going down. I'm like actually enjoying myself. Nothing happens to me. I get down it unscathed. I look back. My brother had flipped out of his tube.
No.
Prescription sunglasses gone.
Yeah, you're never finding those again.
I'm trying to paddle backwards. Sandwich in my mouth now. I'm using both hands. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm like sacrificing it. That's my brother. That's my blood. Unsuccessful. I could not. It turns out you cannot go upstream in the rapid.
There's subway hanging out your mouth.
I'm like, I could.
That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my blood. Put that in the Gilded Age.
There you go. Put it in the Gilded Age. And he was pissed. And then I felt bad because not only could he not see because he didn't have sunglasses, but he could not see anything because he didn't have his prescription sunglasses.
He's blind on the water.
Yeah. So he's just closing his eyes and hoping for the best. I'm like, Chris,
Sit
it's
and
just,
duck.
it really is just water and trees. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous out here. I'm like, Chris, it's not that great.
It's actually so fucking ugly.
No, it's literally
Look at
heinous.
that dump.
It's so bad.
It's literally like two swans like dancing.
So it is very low and slow. We get past the rapids. It's like 1 mile an hour. We're nearing the end. It has been 6 hours.
You think that's long? I think that's a good amount of time to be on the river. I like that.
We were going around 1 mile an hour.
Okay, 6 miles, go through.
Yeah, a couple people were walking on the shoreline.
The river runs through it.
And they were walking faster than we were floating. It was nice. It was relaxing. But at some point...
Were you busy? Were you going somewhere?
Well, once all the alcohol's gone, because there's 12 of us.
Oh my God, that's actually the worst. I agree.
And now we're like, okay, we have like 2 hours left.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting to get hungover. I can't even get up and do my 7th inning stretch. So I'm just doing my best. I get out of the water.
Balls just swinging.
So, dropping in the water like
Boston Tea Party.
Boston Tea Party, truly. So I get out of the water. Me and Michael are the first to get out because I'm like rowing myself at this point. I'm like, bye, I'm out of here.
You were done.
I was done. Mark, God bless his soul, had fallen asleep. And I don't know whose idea it was to tie the cooler to him. But are you familiar with dry bags?
I'm not sure.
So it's like, it's like a water repellent bag that you put stuff in if you're like canoeing or kayaking or something, and you roll it up and then you fold it in on itself and then buckle it. So there's no way water gets in it.
Okay.
Well, Mark was rummaging for people's stuff before he had fallen asleep. He took 2 people's dry bags out. Both of them were open and on top of the inflatable cooler. He beaches on a rock. The dry bags go in the water. No one's there to catch him because he's asleep. People are screaming his name. He like wakes up. He's like, bah, bah, bah. And we're like, the dry bags, the cooler. It was a mess. I get out of the water. I turn around. Everybody's looking in the water for something. I'm like, oh God, we almost made it. Mark's phone lost right when we were getting out of the water. What is that called in mariner's terms?
I don't know.
Debunking?
I was going to say, I know there's no Apple store in the Poconos.
No Apple store.
Pocono Apple?
No. And yeah, so that was quite the time. What were you doing while I was floating down the river?
Oh, I was just hanging.
Yeah. Did you miss me?
I missed you, but I liked being alone.
Yeah.
I had a lot of years alone. And for the campers who like don't live alone, it's simply the best. I did miss you by the end of it, but it was nice to be alone for a weekend. And it was nice to get your funny little updates.
Your funny updates indeed.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. And I'm ready to do our next bachelorette trip.
Here we go.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This episode is sponsored in part by Pretty Litter. I am serious about keeping my home clean. And with Pretty Litter, I don't have to choose between a fresh house and a healthy cat, but we all know I would never make that choice anyway. The litter is practically magic. It's low dust, it controls odors, and lasts up to a whole month. And the best part, it monitors my cat Buffy's health every time she uses the box. Pretty Litter helps monitor your cat's health, detecting abnormalities in your cat's urine by testing acidity and alkalinity levels and the visible presence of blood. Plus, Pretty Litter ships free right to my door, so I don't have to dislocate my shoulder lugging around a giant box or bag or bucket of litter. It's great for apartments, for busy lifestyles, or multi-cat homes. We use Pretty Litter, and you should too. Right now, save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy at prettylitter.com/camp. That's prettylitter.com/camp to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/camp. Pretty Litter cannot detect every feline health issue or prevent or diagnose disease. A diagnosis can only come from a licensed veterinarian. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details. This episode is sponsored in part by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process? It only takes a couple of minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. And now, back to the show.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements. Welcome back to Morning Announcements, campers. This is the part of the show where we share news articles with you that you might have missed that we want you to spread like wildfire. Counselor Jonathan, what news article do you have for us this week?
Obviously, I'm going to keep the title for the end, but this one, I was like, what is going on here? Okay, it's a mystery for the ages.
Okay.
I'll say that. Jason Hong, who is 75 years old, owns a 1958 Cessna Skyhawk single-engine plane. And he told the Los Angeles Times that although he doesn't fly much anymore, he went to visit his plane on July 27th for his birthday.
Okay.
He said, you know what, I'm 75. I probably shouldn't be flying right now, but I'm gonna do it. And if this is my way out, it's gonna be really easy for people to remember my death anniversary because it's on my birthday. What?
This is making me anxious.
Okay. Only to find his plane was not in his hangar.
Okay, first of all, that's like a crazy sentence. My plane's not in my hangar. I can't.
No, and at 75, I'd be like, is my mind going? Or was it repoed?
Listen, does he need a bride? I'll marry him.
God, okay, well.
Well, the money.
Okay, well, I don't know how much money there is in a single engine 1958 plane.
Honey, if your extracurricular is owning a plane that has your own hangar, you're not going to tell me you're over there pinching pennies at the market basket.
My brother's childhood friend, Miles, his dad was a pilot, and he would fly the neighbors out to literally get lunch in Ohio and then come back.
See?
He offered the trip to me, and I said, absolutely not. No way in hell.
Yeah, no, that's not for me either.
It was like essentially like a cockpit, and that was it.
That's not the kind of cock we want in our pet.
I'm just describing a small plane, aren't I? Okay, so this location-wise, this is happening around Anaheim.
Okay. Come on, Disneyland.
Quote, I got confused, he told the paper. I thought, did I park it somewhere else? Did the airport manager move it?
Give this man another license.
But I looked all over. Nowhere to be found. So Hong began asking around for details if anybody had seen his plane. He's like, hey, has anybody seen my plane? Like, do you have a picture of it? What does she look like? And eventually learned that on at least 2 occasions, an unknown pilot had been flying his plane across Southern California. Neither he nor police could figure out who had taken his plane. He reported the aircraft missing and hoped police could locate his quote-unquote old treasure. Oh, he's 75. This is cute. So 2 days later, someone from the Laverne Police Department called him and told him that, hey, we've got your plane. And they were 25 miles northeast of where his hangar was.
Uh-huh.
So he travels all the way to the airport and he finds his plane parked. And inside his plane were a bunch of cigarette butts that had been left in the cockpit.
Oh my God, smoking at high? That's crazy.
With the windows closed.
Ew.
I don't think you can crack a window.
You can't?
Well, you can't on a commercial, but I think those go fast. I don't know what happens. Once you get to that high altitude, I don't think there's air. Oxygen? I don't
Keep
know.
going.
Okay, so the plane, however, was not damaged. It just absolutely reeked. So to prevent further joyrides, Hong decided to pull the battery out of the plane. And he planned to return the next weekend to clean it up and get an inspection to ensure whoever had snatched his plane hadn't damaged it internally or like sabotaged it. You know, that's honestly really smart. I wouldn't have thought to do that. So on August 3rd, he returned to start working on his plane and clean out all the butts to find it had disappeared again. He reported the plane missing again. And again, he receives a call, this time from a different police department, saying that they had found his plane at a San Gabriel Valley airport, which was 18 miles in the opposite direction of where his hangar was.
I'm sorry, are there no checks when it comes to flying planes?
Is there no camera?
You're not signing a piece of paper being like, I'm flying out today. You just get in it and you go, okay, I'm good.
Also, where's the fob? We're not locking?
Yeah, where's the plane key?
This seems a little too dangerous to have people like losers up there in the sky just like plane jacking planes, you know?
Yeah, but there's only a certain kind of person who knows how to even jack a plane.
Very true. And remember, he did take the battery out.
Yeah, so they brought their own.
Should have been there.
BYOB.
Bring your own battery. So he traveled to this new airport again, where he located it. This time, he found that the battery had been replaced than a more expensive one than he originally had.
Will come up.
So now, every time it's getting stolen, it's kind of getting an upgrade. So one of the sergeants, long name, whatever, he said that the plane keeps disappearing out of the blue. So he's not even like giving anything to this article. What is going on here? People typically don't steal planes. Write that down. That's a fact. It's so rare that Corona Police Department had to give Hong paperwork meant for stolen cars to make his report.
Yeah, they don't have a plane for him.
But that they really should. I'm sure you can find.
It was unprecedented.
A Canva template. Someone has put one together.
You being, please hold. And you're like, I'm thinking blue.
What kind of images do we have?
I don't
Sad
like this
plane.
font.
Unfortunately for police and Hong, there's no surveillance video available that captured images of the joyriding pilot. So there are no leads.
I'm sorry, I'm going back to the Canva thing. I'm thinking the image you use is like a little plane with a thermometer in his mouth and he's sick.
Help me. I'm out of batteries. Hong used Flight Aware, which uses public information to track airplane flights, and saw that the pilot flew his plane twice on his 75th birthday, including one flight that left at 1:30 a.m. So he's just, whoever this person is just like really having a joyride out there. So Hong assumes, based on the number of flights and the times at which the pilot was traveling, that whoever is flying his plane has training, as landing is not easy, according to Hong. The mystery pilot not only apparently knows how to fly, but also knows how to maintain a plane. Hong also pointed out that in order to change the battery, the pilot would have had both the tools and the knowledge to complete the job. Hong estimates that between the new battery and the tools needed to repair and a new headset the thief had left as a gift in the cockpit, the mystery pilot likely spent thousands of dollars just to keep his old Cessna in the sky. He said, quote, "Someone breaks into your house, they're looking for jewelry or cash, right? But in this case, what's the purpose? It's like someone breaks my window and then they put in a newer, better one." The only thing resembling any lead is a description of a woman in her 40s or 50s who another pilot at the San Gabriel Valley Airport saw sitting in his plane on multiple occasions.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego -Anaheim?
Wow. She stood out to the pilot because he couldn't understand why she would sit around in a hot cockpit rather than go in the airport's air-conditioned lounge. Okay.
Why is she allowed to be even sitting in these things?
Right. And I wonder if they're doing an investigation because they didn't well, I guess they shouldn't name drop her, but they should really bring her in for questioning, because if she's going to be on the land, is it not fenced in? Do you not need to like scan a card to get into this building?
I'm not understanding the security measures at any of these airports.
It's feeling like a parking lot.
It's not LAX though.
No, it's not LAX.
It's these like small like city ones.
But it is LAX lax.
Yeah, too lax.
Too lax, some would say. Hong has chained up his airplane in San Gabriel Valley Airport and is holding off flying until he can get down to the bottom of it. For now, his plane is likely secured, but we'll never be sure. We'll never be sure. And Hong is no closer to learning who keeps taking his plane and why. If you have any tips or leads, you can call the Anaheim Police Department.
Wow, what was the title of that article?
The title of that article, coming from The Independent by Graig Graziosi, is Mystery Deepens as California man's plane keeps getting stolen, taken for a joyride, repaired, and returned.
It's definitely giving Carmen Sandiego.
It's definitely giving Carmen Sandiego. All right, so that's my my little mystery.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. What have you got for us?
My article is coming from Smithsonian Magazine by Sarah Kuta. Not to be confused with
like
Barracuda.
Barracuda. Come on, Heart.
The title of the article is Colorado is building the world's largest wildlife overpass, giving elk and other big creatures a safe path to cross a busy highway.
Wow.
Or freeway.
What I will say, when I was in the Poconos, you see a lot of roadkill.
Oh.
Every time I drive past, no, they don't have those. They need those.
That's what I'm saying.
But I say a little prayer when I go by. A lot of raccoons. Oh my God, the deer, so sad.
This could be very helpful. So twice a year, thousands of elk, mule deer, and pronghorn migrate between their seasonal ranges in Colorado. They spend their winters grazing at lower elevations and their summers in the mountains. As they make these semi-annual journeys, however, the ungulates. See, this is, you can tell this came from Smithsonian Magazine.
I like ungulates. That sounds fun.
Okay, so the ungulates must often traverse busy, high-speed roadways, and these crossings can have disastrous consequences for both the animals and human motorists. Now, Colorado is building a massive new bridge to help make one bustling freeway safer for all species. Construction is underway for a $15 million overpass that, once it's finished as soon as December, is expected to be the largest wildlife crossing in the world, according to a statement from the Colorado Department of Transportation.
$15 million?
That doesn't seem that high. I don't think.
You think it would cost more than that?
I think it's on par. They're building a wildlife overpass.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it's, I think.
I'm like, how much is the cement?
Well, there's grass on it.
Oh.
It's an overpass for the animals.
They're keeping it nature?
Yeah, that's what they are. They're like little bridges over the highway that are like grass. So the animals can cross over it safely.
That makes sense. In my head, I'm like, it's just another bridge.
I think you'll understand more when I talk about it. Okay. So crews are building the bridge over Interstate 25, a highly trafficked north-south thoroughfare connecting many of Colorado's major cities. It's being constructed north of the town of Monument, roughly 50 miles south of Denver, and a 3.7-mile gap between existing wildlife crossings.
Okay.
So it's like on each side of this highway is these two kind of like natural areas.
Right, where the buffalo roam.
Exactly.
And the deer and the cantaloupe play.
So the project is a partnership between the Colorado Department of Transportation, the Federal Highway Administration, Colorado Parks and Wildlife, Douglas County, and other partners. Like, everyone's got their hands in the pot.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a part of this like 2021 bipartisan infrastructure law that's like helping support this kind of construction. So it's pretty cool because apparently this stretch of highway is 18 miles long and 100,000 vehicles cross it a day. So there's always some kind of serious crash happening, like once a day there, like at least between an animal and a car, like once a day on average every single day of the year, sometimes multiple times. And like people have died. Obviously, a lot of animals have died. So it's a pretty like big deal that they're doing this. So once the overpass is finished, however, officials expect animal car crashes to drop by 90%.
Wow. Okay. I would love to return to this. It's like, everybody campers, can you set an alarm on your phone for a year from now and we can like check in if that's, well, they're just starting now, so it might not be
it's supposed to be done by December.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So smaller animals are already using the I-25 underpass.
We can fit. You're too fat. You're too fat.
They have a little one underneath. But officials hope that the new overpass will be more appealing to bigger game animals like elk, which prefer clear sight lines and space to accommodate their large antlers. Elks love big opening structures. And that's exactly what this is. So they expect moose, black bears, mountain lions, and other creatures to use this bridge too.
Oh my God, imagine driving under it.
So now it's Zootopia.
No, literally,
like,
this is Zootopia. It's the last scene of Zootopia on the little train.
Everyone, it's Gazella singing, aka Shakira.
Oh my God.
And they're really just up there. And it's like, it's kind of like the who's who of like the Colorado wildlife. Like, it's the Brooklyn Bridge from Gilded Age.
Bridge from Gilded Age. And is anybody watching that? I've watched season 2, not season 1, but it is a great show from what I'm seeing.
It's just kind of like the who's who of the wildlife is going to go to the grand opening on I-25 and they're going to travel it over like which animals, like, can't you just picture like an elk and a mountain lion, like hand in hand, like, okay, like we're good.
Yeah, and they're wearing their hoop skirts with their like Yankee Doodle dandies
Everyone
on.
has a bustle.
They're just like, wow, have you been across the I-95 bridge? Oh, you haven't? Well, you simply must.
Well, you simply must get around to it. The who's who is
My
there.
My family and I are now considering going due east. You understand?
So let me talk about I want to tell you about like the physical like specs of this, because I thought it'd be bigger, but maybe that's big enough. So it's 200 feet wide and it's 209 feet long.
Do we have a comparison? What is 200 feet wide with something?
No, campers. Does that make sense to anyone here?
200 feet wide. You know how I am with that.
I know.
But like that's
same. That's both of us. We literally have no idea.
Do you have more to the story? Because I can literally look up for reference. Like, what is something that's 200 feet?
Yeah, you can keep going. I'll keep reading.
Okay.
And that covers the measuring of 41,800 square feet, which to me, I don't love that because I'm like, who cares, right? It's like the square feet of it all has never made a big deal to me. So it's strategically located in an area where large game creatures are already known to be active and will link 39,000 acres on one side from the Douglas County Land Conservancy, you know me, and 1 million acres of Pine National Forest. So it's kind of like the Hamptons to New York.
Okay.
Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like the summer, everyone's summering down in Douglas County, but then everyone truly lives in Pike National Forest.
Okay, got it.
So the entrants are wide and gradually sloped, which designers hope will make the bridge inviting to large animals. Because, like, come on, how sad would it be if the bridge was right there and some elk ran across the street? It's like you were so close. So they really got to be careful with, like, I don't know, making sure that it makes sense for them to use it. Like, they can't be scared.
Right.
It's got to look really natural, which has got to be a skill.
Yeah, they're going to have to put like the fake trees up there because you know who hasn't gotten that down?
Who?
The cell tower services who make the fake trees to blend in. Like, I can tell. The birds can tell.
Yeah. So that's really all I got for this story. I just think, hey, I'm glad, like, for taxpayer dollars, it's not going to tax breaks for the rich. It's not paying someone's salary in an office that's not doing shit. This is supporting our wildlife.
And it's also like good for the motorists too.
Yeah, it's safe for the motorists. And as a Camp Theme podcast, we have to support these initiatives. So kudos to our Colorado campers. I don't think you're allowed over there. Like, that kind of defeats the purpose.
I feel like that, yeah, you cannot traffic that on foot. Like, only the bears and the elk and no. Okay, so I did find a couple of references.
Thank you.
So the Statue of Liberty is 300 feet tall. And the leaning tower, so the width of that would be width-wise longer than the height of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because that's 185 feet.
I've never seen it in real life, but I can imagine it's long.
Is it ever going to fall over?
Honestly, can someone just push it? I'm bored.
No, honestly.
What was even there?
Pisa.
No, but like, what was its purpose? Was it a mall? Was it a house?
I think it was.
Was it a museum? Like, literally, what was this tower for? And like, don't tell me it was like a lookout, because like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Literally am
back then. They didn't have technology. They were like, we need to look at something. So instead of scrolling on their phones, they took stairs.
They took stairs, and they were like, is anyone
Babylon?
That was different, because that was the Tower of Babel, and that was where people went to literally gossip. That was literally the first infrastructure that people went solely to just like talk shit.
Honestly, iconic.
They said,
We gotta bring
everybody
that
come
back.
down here. Let's gab a little. Let's gossip a little. But the Leaning Tower of Pisa, she's really kind of mysterious and boring for me unless she falls. Not that I ever wish that upon her, but how exciting would that be?
I'm still standing, bitch. You thought you could get rid of me, but you can't.
How many people? She's looking every single day at someone doing that picture where they're like,
okay, yeah, we gotta get more creative with it. Like, do something
figure
else.
it out. Why are you pushing it?
Okay, so this does remind me of something that I forgot to tell you.
What?
One morning when I was on the batch trip, it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to take a little stroll to get the goat out. Well, you told me I should.
Because you couldn't poop, so I was like, go for a walk.
So I walked all the way down the driveway, which was a terrible idea. I'm walking. I see a bunch of deer, a family of deer. You guys, it is the ass crack of dawn. It is really early. Again, it's like a little bit after 6 a.m. I can see my breath, which was weird because it didn't feel that cold. And I'm like, oh my God, gorgeous, loving it. But also Lyme's disease. So I'm like, you stay over there, I'll stay over here.
Fair.
And that's that. And then they're looking at me, and then they look behind me, and then they scatter.
Who's behind you?
I'm holding my breath because now I turn around, and what do I see?
What?
A gang of turkeys with knives.
Yeah, turkeys are scary, especially when they have guns. I
have never actually seen like a wild turkey up close like this. And they all like, they had their chests out and their necks out. And I'm like, the birds made the deer run. Like the deer could literally
knock you on your ass. You look like a deer ass. I'm
but
sorry.
They were outnumbered too. There were 4 deer, maybe 3 deer, maybe 5 deer. I'm not really sure. But the turkeys, there was at least like 10. And I'm in the middle of it. It was like West Side Story.
Were they smoking?
It was, when I tell you, yes, I'm joking about it, but I was so scared. And I was like, wait, what if there is a bear out here? I didn't even tell anybody in the house that I was leaving. And then I was like, I'm going to end up on Crime Junkie. Ashley Flowers looking for me.
You're like, and behind the 6 turkeys was 8 coyotes. And behind the coyotes was 4 bear. And behind the bear... like,
it was a scary white man, which is like, that's the boss level. I'm okay. But yeah, it was really scary. And I'm starting to think, I was like, I love nature and everything around me and like this podcast. But like, I don't think in that moment, I was like, I'm good. I want to go inside. I wish I was inside right now.
Yeah, because Camp Shady Birch, if you're unaware, is actually located less than a mile away from a large mall.
We are close to the underpass, I'll say that.
Yeah, you're really close to Auntie Anne's. At any point, you can always go to Lululemon. So we're very lucky for that. Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. Bring your BB gun. There's turkeys behind you. It's time to take a hike. We're going to bitch a little bit. I'm going to bitch a little bit. I'm going to bitch a lot.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so my take a hike like genuinely pissed me off. We're on the internet. Okay, so this is an internet thing. Okay. I debated on calling this person out by name. However, I'll leave that up to the discrepancy of those watching on YouTube. If you happen to catch the username, I didn't say it. So my take a hike is using fear-mongering to sell shitty products on TikTok Shop.
Oh, agree, but I'm excited to hear your example of this. I can't pick one out, but I know this exists.
So I wrote down what the on-screen caption was in big texts.
Okay, so it's easy for you to search, campers.
So it is a video of a cute chihuahua, and the sound, it's a TikTok sound being used of sad music with a woman like wailing in like emotional duress. She's like crying. And the text says, she's gone forever and it's all my fault, ... And then they're trying to sell you these shitty little finger brushes to brush your dog's teeth.
Oh, I get that targeted a lot.
It's probably the same person. And then I start seeing how many times this person is posting. Because I'm like, this is crazy. And everyone in the comments, it's like, I feel like it's younger people or people who just don't know how to spell things because everything is all out of whack. And there's a lot of questions that I feel like have easy answers to them. So that's the people who are buying this, which I feel bad. If you buy them, whatever, but I'm not encouraging it. I'm actually totally against it. And I go to this guy's profile and he has so many videos. He's posting like 3 times a day, telling people that their animals are going to pass away if they don't buy this product because the vet's not going to tell you this. This is what they want you to bring your pet to the vet for. Then he's telling people, I I saved $4,000 instead of going to a dental cleaning at my vet. I just did it at home. Don't bring your dog to the vet. I'm like, are you crazy? Because now you're not just selling something, which by the by, it reminds me of those. Do you remember those shitty little, it's like you put it over your finger. It's a little, like a paper towel that's textured. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the minty ones? They came out around the same time as the Colgate Wisps. Mm-hmm. Disgusting. Your finger's all soggy and it's just like in your mouth. Who's doing that? Please pass on that. But these are, I don't know, probably not minty. I don't know, maybe pets like that.
They're chickeny.
Yeah, they're chickeny. Ew.
Chicken teeth.
And he's also doing this for cats, but the ones with the cats, he's using someone else's video of a really sad, like wet, diseased cat about to be put down and the owner saying goodbye to it. And you can tell because it's a woman wearing rings and has acrylic nails. And then he cuts to a clip that he posed exactly like it with his own cat. And he's using his hands thinking he's being slick Rick about it. And then he's like, I can't believe I almost lost you because I wasn't using these. And it's every single one is like, not just melodramatic, but it is genuinely like, it's just not, it's so unethical.
Well, yeah, and advertising, you're taught that like a way to like sell stuff is through like emotions. And obviously that's tugging at people's emotions. I do think obviously TikTok is one of my major employers. Hi. But I do think the way the vetting process and what's allowed to be sold on the app it's insane. And I think it's not regulated at all. And they pretend that there's more research that goes into it. But it seems like as long as they get a kickback, they'll push anything.
That's
and
not
I
okay.
hate to
The
say
AI
it,
mugs and stuff.
I know, but like it's like if you're a fool enough to do it, you know what I mean? Don't get got. That's all I can say. Like, there's no way to stop.
Consumer decisions. Everyone should take a course in consumer decisions.
I just sometimes when people get caught up in this stuff, I was like, how, babe? How?
Okay, but here's the real kicker.
Just don't do it.
The video that is of his dog, his chihuahua, his little shaking chihuahua.
Can you tell me the name, please? Butter?
I didn't write it down, but I can show you.
Okay, Toffee. Can we call him Toffee, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
The dog?
Yes, Toffee.
Okay, Toffee the chihuahua. So he's scrubbing the dog's teeth.
Toffee's teeth.
And I'm in the comments like, you need to look out for the dog's nails. The nails are literally broken and long. And I'm like,
strays here.
No, it's not for Toffee. It's for the owner, the crazy, shitty owner. That's what I'm saying. He's like trying to sell people this product. Take care of their teeth. I'm like, take care of the nails, sir. And also yours. Because they're looking nasty in the close-ups that you got going on. He's selling them $15 to $35. You can get quadruple the amount on another easy to access sales website that I won't name drop.
Why can't you say the name of that website?
Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd mention Amazon. I get one comment. I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with Amazon?
Well, it's just making millions of dollars.
Oh, I know. Amazon's, it's a tough subject because it's like, you don't want to use it, but like, okay, before you come for me, let me make sure you don't have a Prime account. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Show me Show me what you bought on Prime Day, bitch.
Like, hello, our hands are tied here. They're closing every single Macy's in the tri-state area. JCPenney's next. I don't know where to get my
JCPenney's gonna stay strong.
Listen, they're pushing us in a corner, and I have a Prime account. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so you can buy it for a quadruple the amount for a less price. So I just think it's crazy. It's annoying, and fuck you to that man. And poor Toffee. Save Toffee.
Thank you. Say his name.
So, bitch.
Oh, first of all, I just want to say I agree with your take a hike.
Thank you so much.
So we've broken the curse.
Yes.
My take a hike this week goes out to the cost it takes to make a charcuterie board for no one to eat it. Charcuterie almost feels like decor for me, and I don't think people enjoy it enough for how much effort has to go into making one. I recently made one for a party, and it was my own fault. I signed up for it. It was my idea. And like you're grabbing stuff left and right at the grocery store. You get to the counter and you're like, how did this turn into $60? How did this turn into $60 for you to bring it to the outdoor celebration, for that thing to sit on a table and that cheddar starts to sweat? No one's eating and you can't keep it inside because everyone's outside, and it's got a small window because as soon as the entrees come out, no one wants that anymore. If people aren't touching it, and I think it's like I'm playing this mental game with charcuterie because I'm putting out and I'm trying to grab pieces to make it look like I'm ruining my own art because no one will. And I want people to eat it. So
you want to open that floodgate for people to be like, it's okay.
I'm shaking it a little bit. I'm messing it up.
Yeah, you're like, look, everybody's enjoying it.
Have you tried the blueberry goat cheese?
That's literally April will do that. She shoved goat cheese down my throat, and I bet you she's going to do it tomorrow.
Because no one's eating it, and it's so much money.
I thought I hated goat cheese, but I think I like it. But then I think about cheese coming from a goat, and then I'm like out of it.
Speaking of that, that is so funny you say that, because every time I look at Brie, I'm like, you nasty, raggedy ass, dirty towel ass bitch. It looks like someone took a brick and wrapped it in a face cloth and rolled it in plaster. But then when you cut her open, she said, hey,
I'm not so bad.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm actually quite mild, soft. Like, she's not stinkeroo.
I'm not a Brie girl. Brianna Marie, you can stay in the bin.
I'm telling you, you're wrong, because I know you'd love it, because it's like,
I've had
it's so mild.
I've had it, but I just don't. I get weird with the cheeses, like blue cheese crumbles. You get weird with everything. I can't do it. I just think too much about the origins of the story, and it just ruins it for me.
That doesn't make any sense at all. And I love you, but that didn't make any sense.
Do you eat the Brie leather?
One time I did, and I think that's why I think I didn't like Brie, because I was eating Brie's leather. I was eating her jacket.
So back in like the caveman day, they used to chew on tree gum and Brie leather.
They did.
Yeah, that's how they would eat it.
And then it
would be gum.
And they would tie their Jordans, and they would go out to the garden, and they would harvest
wearing Jordans.
Yes,
it was all that was available back then.
You said they had Brie leather.
Well, because they would chew things like that.
They didn't have Brie leather.
Maybe it was like real leather. Probably not.
Brie leather. Brie is
brief.
It's
not in the name. It's not in the name. Okay.
Not me playing off your joke, and then you be like, "Why would they be wearing Jordans? Why would the cavemen be chewing Brie leather?" Like,
that's a question for Brianna.
You think it's a play it?
Let's bring her out, Brianna Marie.
Can I say something else about this,
please?
You know what's so gross on a charcuterie board? The salami roses.
Oh, wait, as a vegetarian, I don't think they're pretty.
Because I made one once. Have you ever made one? No, you've never.
I was with you when you made it on a cup.
To make a salami rose, if you've never done it before, the amount of hand contact. Okay, it's almost like a potter's wheel. The way you are molding it, and it's getting hot. Like, if you see one, don't eat anything that's surrounding that. And charcuterie, I hate to break it to you, it's like you can't eat food from everyone's home. If you don't think that person is like extremely clean, don't eat their charcuterie. It's such a hand contact sport.
It really is. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is on the market.
What?
A charcuterie board that will stay cold.
Yeah, if there is. Yeah, there's ones that have like ice box underneath it.
See, but what does it look like? That's my next question. Because if it's looking like looking like stacking tins, you know how people use because that's a good idea. If you're keeping like watermelon or something by the pool cool, you do one of those disposable trays or a cookie sheet of ice, and then you put like whatever stuff you need to like right on top of that, and then that really keeps you cool throughout the day. But I don't want that. If I want charcuterie, it needs to like, come on, if we're going balls to the wall, we're going balls to the wall.
It's just a lot of money and a lot of prep, and there's just too many ways it can go bad. And you know this never happens to buffalo chicken dip.
Never happens to pudding cups either.
She shows up, you put her out in like a crusted ass ceramic container with a bag of open chips inside of her, and people turn into dogs.
Oh yeah, people are like, "You got it, give me the recipe." I'm like, honey, you want to know how much ranch is in that?
You don't know. There's a block of cream cheese in that for $1. Meanwhile, there's an $8 wad of blueberry goat cheese that has a fly on it. No one's touched it.
And it takes one fly.
And you know what? I'm telling you, that buffalo chicken dip, you threw it in the crock pot and you forgot it. You know what I mean? You weren't slaving away cutting blocks of cheese. You had to charcuterie.
Truly,
Fuck it. I'm not doing
charcuterie boards, you have to literally, like you're saying, make contact with every single piece. Unless you're ordering it like pre-cut, then you're kind of not doing charcuterie right, but go off.
But I have to go back to that because the pre-cut cheese is always so dry.
Exactly.
Don't be lazy if you're going to do it by the block.
You're literally cutting every single bite-sized piece people are picking up and putting in their mouths.
And you have to hope they're clean.
And sometimes people go in there with their nasty little fingerellas and then they're touching the other cheese, grazing it with a nail. Well, I've been to too many parties. I've been to too many rest stops to know that the common man usually does not wash his hands after using the restroom.
It's true.
Say, I only peed. What? You're at a family function and your fingers are on the charcuterie board. Wash your hands, you nasty gerbil bitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This ad is brought to you by Viiv Healthcare, the makers of Apretude, cabotegravir. You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory. But what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apretude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds. You must be HIV negative to receive Apretude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apretude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apretude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apretude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apretude.com or call 1-888-240-0340.
Just when you thought summer couldn't get any hotter, Pluto TV is turning up the heat with thousands of free movies. Presenting Summer of Cinema. Stream your favorite blockbuster films like Gladiator,
I will have my vengeance.
Good Burger,
This is what I call fast food!
Beverly Hills Cop, The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and Julie and Julia.
Bon appetit!
All for free on your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
And now, back to the show.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. Okay, things are turning a corner. We're feeling happy. We're giving an award away to anything, any person, any thought, any idea that we think succeeded in life this week. So, Jonathan, who's getting your Camper Crush of the Week?
Speaking of consumerism, what my Camper Crush of the Week is actually in this very room with us.
Me.
It's you. No, it's always you. You're my Camper Crush in my life.
I love that.
So my Camp Crush of the Week is something that you can buy online, and I saw it actually on TikTok. I didn't buy it on the TikTok shop, however, because I wanted to go to a reputable source. And the person who made the video didn't link it below. And I think that is such a power move because so many people are buying things. So she drops the name and told you where to find it. And I was like, oh.
She's like, I'm not getting commission. I really like this product.
And I'm going to be so honest. I wish she kind of did. The purpose of having a commission link or like what is it called? Like a sales associate's code. It was to do what she's doing, which is actually influence me to buy it. But because I think so many people are selling so many things right now, and so many of them are like that shitty dog toothbrush, that I'm just bypassing it because it keeps popping up and TikTok is
red
pushing
flag,
it.
red flag.
Red flag. Like if you go on TikTok and you're using it as a search engine, which I know you do, I don't. Because if you look up best colognes of 2024, they're going to send you 27 different colognes that
do it for
that smell like
vacation
shit.
travel, and I do our itineraries for vacation, so you're welcome.
No, I'm talking about like products. Like
yeah,
if you're
I don't
looking at,
use
like,
it for
something
product
specific,
shopping. I use it for search inquiries,
which is fine
for travel planning.
Right, that makes sense, but not when you're like being sold something.
Yeah, no,
you know?
you can't trust anyone who's making a commission.
Right.
You can't.
So after I saw this girl make this, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty handy. And it must have been because I was actually looking up what to do in a situation like this. So let me cut to the chase. My Camp Crush of the Week is a dehydrating silica pack. And I know that sounds crazy. And campers, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will bring it to the screen in one short moment. But think of it, let me describe it. I'm looking right at it. There's like an upstairs compartment and a downstairs compartment. The downstairs compartment's completely empty when you buy it. Upstairs, it's a clear bag, right? And it has a hanger on it. You can put it with your clothes, and it's supposed to suck the moisture out of the air, a la silica packets, which are those little packets that come, you've all seen them, you've all got them. In your jerky, yeah, that say do not eat, but apparently they're safe to eat.
They just absorb the moisture out of an environment.
Right. Now they come sealed in a pack, so the bottom is completely empty. And then after a couple of days, you start to see how much moisture is in your air. And the podcast room in particular, when I was painting it, was so moist. that I had to open two and put them in here. And are you guys ready to see this? It was completely empty, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. How nasty is that? How much do you think is in here? This is at least like 2 cans of soda.
That's a beta fish.
This is literally the water that was in our air. And you can see like it pulls it in from here. And I know there's no funny business because it's completely empty. I feel like I'm on QVC right now. I've never done this. And look at that. That's all like liquid from the air that is in this room.
I know, and it's really good for like some sort of like closed off space with your clothing or like, and we're not selling it because once again we're not getting a code. But what's the brand in case anyone's actually interested in purchasing this?
The one that I have, again, this is not a commission. I'm just saying
just let them know.
ZSZMFH. I don't know, but it's called a hanging bag moisture absorber.
Were they expensive?
Visible dehumidifying effect, fragrance free. I guess some of them have fragrances, but this is so smart. Like, look at this.
How much money? Why is it?
I don't know. It came in a pack of like 20, so I don't remember. But here's the thing, campers.
Was it $100 or was it like $30?
No, it was probably cheaper than $30 for a pack of like.
I'm just trying to give
20.
them context.
Yeah. No, they're like pretty affordable. If you think you're gonna have like a mold problem or it's just like musty in some way, or your clothes are starting to smell, this is a product for you. But the bottom part of the bag that is completely sealed off from the top, the water that drips down, we had one by the laundry and Buffy poked it.
Did it leak?
I came down, the whole thing was drained, and I went to dry it up. And I don't know what the silica. Buffy wasn't licking it, but she was laying next to it. It's like it's like a dry bag almost. Like it's not getting absorbed by the paper towel. I didn't know what to do. I had to like squeegee it up into a dustpan. The water. It didn't leave any residue on the floor. Isn't that weird?
Jello?
Yeah, because I think it's whatever this is, the silica packs, which hopefully isn't like.
Take a shot every time Jonathan says silica.
Catchment. That's one of my favorites. The instructions.
Trademark.
The instructions were like really rough to read, but like you can totally figure it out. But I was just really excited about this, and I kind of like, as gross as it is, like how exciting to come down every morning and be like, how full is my pouch?
How long do we have until you have to replace? It's looking pretty full.
It'll just stop once all of these are completely gone. I mean, nothing's gonna happen because there's nothing for it to do. But I'm very excited about it. So thank you guys for coming to my show and tell. This is it. This is the future. Thank you so much. You can clap. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go put it back now. So, Counselor Zachariah, what are you crushing on?
I am also crushing on a product. We are, what is the word? Commercial?
We're
consumers. We're consumers. So I am crushing on my new leaf blower this week. I am obsessed with kind of taking the environment into my own hands. I am playing God a little bit. I am Mother Nature. You can call me Gail.
Okay.
Gale Force Winds.
Okay.
That is my drag name because I get out there, you guys. I start blowing. I start going nuts. Okay, so when we first moved here, we had a lot of debris coming down from the trees in our driveway. So I would spend like maybe 30 to 45 minutes sweeping this driveway because I want people to know that we care about our house in this neighborhood. I don't want people driving by our house and being like, who are those fat uggos who are getting DoorDash so much who can't even mow their own goddamn lawn?
Fat.
So I was sweeping.
I keep my side of the street clean.
I was sweeping and I was doing a good job. And then I noticed all the neighbors, like they would come out and they would blow dry, blow job their driveway in like 10 seconds. And I was like, damn, I really need one of these. And my mom has this electric one. The brand's called Ego and I like it, but do your own research. So I get one at Lowe's because it was on sale. It was like $250. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get one. And I can't tell you how addicted I am to blow, what is it called? Leaf blow this driveway?
Leaf blow.
It is like, oh my God, I feel powerful.
I haven't seen you do it yet.
Strong mom. I've done it 4 times.
Today's the debris on the driveway.
You
today
haven't even touched
otherwise.
it. Do you know where it is? Because you also have access to it. I've done it 4 times. Have you even tried to use it?
This is, your camper crush of the week. I'm just pressing the issue.
Okay, so I love it so much that when I get towards the end of it, I start to slow down.
You want to savor the moment.
I do. And it's so bad. Like I will go back and I will re-edge the curbs to make sure there's no debris on our driveway at all. And then the other day I went out, I was like, should I just do the front of our street? So I did like the outer street part of our driveway.
I can't.
Check the Ring doorbell.
No, I'm sure it's on there.
Like it is so fun. I almost want to put a wig on and have you blow me. And in terms of, okay, that was crazy.
You said it.
The leaf blower. I want to feel like Beyonce. Beyonce. Are you happy to be leaf blowing?
What is the ethical way to wrap up the end of a leaf blowing job? Because in my head, I haven't used a leaf blower.
It's electric.
I don't know if I've ever used a leaf. I've never used a leaf blower.
I'm going to get you out there and I'm going to get you addicted. And my dad told me when it snows, if it's a light powdery snow,
you can leaf blow it right
You can leaf blow it right away. This thing is power. I've just never used one in my life before. 30 years old, used my first leaf blower. And you know, it's just that thing you see in media.
Is it loud?
Not too loud, but with an AirPod in, my God, I'm literally listening to music, like going nuts, Lady Gaga, just leaf blowing. I was like, please. I'm like, who's looking at me? And it's a little heavy, which kind of feels like, oh, not me working out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can do the driveway in 5 minutes and it would take me like 40 minutes.
Okay. Interesting. So back to what I'm thinking, like ethically finishing it up. Because I'm like, you're really just blowing debris around. And I know a lot of it can break down. But if it is in a pile, like, you can't really gather, like when you sweep it into a pile, a nice, neat little pile, and you scoop it up. When you're leaf blowing, she's blowing all over the place, babes.
Oh, yeah. And wasn't there like someone who made a statement about this?
Michelle Pfeiffer. No,
it wasn't. It was right before you. When someone so famous that hated leaf blowers.
It was on Subway Takes.
Oh, it was, oh my God, blonde hair.
Anna Sophia Robb.
No, older. The one movie I want to mention that she's in, I can't because the director's bad. And it sucks. That movie was so good.
I'm at a loss.
I'm not saying it. She said it. There is actually, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Because it kind of just goes everywhere. But I guess if you blow it into the woods and it's like compostable trash.
Well, we're not leaf blowing in the city.
Right.
Everything that I'm leaf blowing is really just, I'm telling you, we're in nature out here now. Yeah. We're really in nature. So I don't know.
A lot of sand, a lot of soot.
Is it bad to be blowing around like natural debris? It's not plastics. It's not,
no.
I think a big thing of it was like you're blowing around microplastics, but there's asphalt.
I guess.
So
but that's not my fault.
This is the part of the show. We talk about things and we talk about with each other.
And we need to get to the bottom of things.
So I might be wrong on this one, but like,
I don't think so.
You guys know I smoked cigarettes for like 8 years. Like, and I still would.
I'm sorry. So are people saying that microplastics is getting into nature, or microplastics is getting into
your lungs?
Oh, that's poppycock.
I'm just saying, like the things I put in my body, my God. Thank God I'm still here. So it's like, when I go, I go.
Yeah.
You know what?
And if it's by leaf blower.
My God, what a dream. What a treat.
At least the driveway will be clean when I get home.
Mm-hmm. What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs. Welcome back to Camp Songs. What song has been stuck in your head all week, campers? Let us know in the comments on this video or wherever you're listening. But right now, we're going to tell you what songs have been stuck in our head all week. Jonathan, what song has been stuck in your head all week?
This song has been truly stuck in my head all week because the last night on the Bachelor trip, yeah, we're coming full circle here. Last night on the Bachelor trip, the boys will be boys, right? The boys were being lazy, sloppy, and boring. It was like maybe like pushing 9:30 o'clock. And we're still listening to mellow ass music. Like, listen, I don't mind Goose. I'm a fan of Goose. But after 2 days, it's time to put the bird down, okay? So I took things into my own hands, right? And Mark had lost his phone. So he was using his iPad that was propped up. And I put it on the deck that overlooked the drop down below because it was a second floor deck. And I said, I'm opening up a DJ booth. If anybody wants to come, you're more than welcome. If you don't come, just know that the music's going to be blasting. If you ask me to turn down, probably not going to do it. Sorry. So I said, I'm putting on hyper slut pop only. Okay. Power ballads of the ethereal mode. Right. So the song that I started playing that nobody knew, but nobody could sit still to is Attention by Kesha, Slater, and Rose Gray. Do I have your attention? Do you know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, so good. It's off Kesha's new album that came out, period. And that's the name of the album. But also, period. It's so good. And it's Campers. Oh, this is one of those songs when I tell you it does something into your brain. What were we calling it before? Candy for the brain. It is that. It scratches that itch. It is just so good. It's so catchy. And it's like, it feels like mid 2000s house music that I'm now old enough to understand, but in like a 2025 bass boosted kind of way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. To you.
Yeah. So that's how I'm feeling. And you know what? It got the crowd to the floor. All 11 guys out on the deck. Chris took a video of me, said, you looked like you were having so much fun out there by yourself. And then Rick came out. I was like, okay, who else is coming out? Mark's like, I want to go. And then as soon as I know, I open my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, my DJing career is before me. It's a Meat Locker. And I made everybody, when we went back in the house, I kept the song on. I played it again. I said, second time, okay, my treat. I said, everybody turn the lights off. They had these hunting flashlights that had a strobe mode. I made everybody turn off the lights and put the flashlights on strobe mode. And that was my truth. That was the era of it all. So it is, I didn't write anything down about it. I said, such a good sleaze pop song that is impossible to not dance to. Every single straight man in that bachelor party was jiving, honey. Usually I don't read them verbatim. I'm embarrassed.
Jiving, honey.
What year is it? Stereo Gum said the track is described as the perfect soundtrack for getting messy in a post-brat world. It's very like of the brat era, but not trying to be brat. You know,
Gotcha.
Like it's bratty, but it's also early Kesha, you know, those types of songs and that type of thing.
Well, my song this week goes out to my leaf blowing playlist. And at the top of that playlist, it's a sub playlist and it's not public, so you won't get the access. It is a song by Lady Gaga herself. And the song is titled Gypsy.
Okay.
So this was off of Art Pop, which was her third studio album. I was a fan of Art Pop, but I wasn't deep in it. Like I remember hearing this song, but not, I don't know. I listened to Art Pop. I know I did, but I don't remember this song ever affecting me the way it does now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Didn't resonate with me then.
Because it really did have a resurgence, but I really loved it because I believe it was a single. That's how I heard of it.
It was supposed to be this song was supposed to be the third single, but then Guy jumped it.
And I love that song. That might be my number one. The song that I didn't like that was a single, Applause.
Oh, I love Applause.
And I'll have to listen to it again, but I don't love Swine Flu.
I listen to Applause sometimes before I go on stage.
It also took me a long time to realize that she was spelling applause.
What?
I thought they were just sound bites where she's like APPLAUSE.
Yeah, I always knew that.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, back to Gypsy. This song is just, ooh, I love a ballad that turns into house music. You know when people really sing and then it just kind of turns into club music?
Yeah.
That's what this is for me. It's so crazy. It's so good. It came out 12 years ago. Sheesh. And it has one of these things that I love when Lady Gaga does it and she has that deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
She'll go, I don't want to be alone forever, but I can be tonight. You know when she's like, oh.
Yeah. I don't want to be alone forever, but I love gypsy life. And then she goes up, I don't want to be alone forever. Baby, we can see the world together.
But when she's that, when I love that, rah, 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 it's like when Lana Del Rey does it. When a woman sings in her lower register, instantly I'm like, oh my God, pull the dress off the shoulder and give me a cigarette. I'm saying,
cash this check. I'm loving that register.
Oh my God. And on that note, I can't even top that. That's exactly how I feel about this song.
It's a good one. It is a good one. And she was performing it as one of her surprise songs because she is now beginning to
do the mayhem ball.
Yeah, do the mayhem ball of it all. Play some art pop songs that she hasn't really done. But I'm glad that you're into that song, and I think everyone can really appreciate what art pop was. I was working at H&M at the time, and they were selling it at the end caps, and like nobody was buying it. People were pissed at it at the time.
Yeah. I think she had to go through that to really kind of like, I think everyone needs that a little bit. Not that like it was a flop, but I think some people, when they're running a high, and think you need to experience a little bit of a, not even a humbling, that's the wrong word for her in the situation, but like a little bit of a, oh my God, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, like your shit gets a little rocked, but then
her
like
shit got a little rocked, but it
at
wasn't
the end of
deserved.
it was, yeah, but that's the thing is like it wasn't deserved. It was just ahead of its time, and a lot of people had said it. I at the time didn't think it was ahead of its time. I liked half the songs. I didn't like the other half of the songs, but oh my God, one of my favorite ones that I only listen to the new version now, by the way, but at the time we didn't know, was the one with the duet with what's his name on it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to give him the airtime, but
Pitbull?
No, a bad man who went away for
Did
a long
he?
time. No.
Who? Just
R. Kelly.
You can say his name. You're not going to get like a beat up.
No,
like,
I know, but I don't want the algorithm to like track me.
Okay, see, this is where me
He's
and
a
Jonathan,
bad man. I don't like him.
We're not promoting R. Kelly in the podcast, but you can say his name because now context.
Well, now
is
we've said his
everything.
twice.
Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in to another R. Kelly themed podcast.
Stop. Oh
I'm
my
joking.
God.
Stop. Okay, R. Kelly out. R. Kelly out. You brought him up.
You just said it 7 times. If you guys want to be featured on our Monday episodes, you can send us a sexy little email to, what is our email? campcounselorspod@gmail.com or to our website, campcounselorspodcast.com.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week. We'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.